I use both conceptual and observational drawing to draw my past, present, and future. Even though I had to cut my pictures, I casted a shadow on the pre-cutted one. You can still see the core shadow because it's actually inside of me. That's what a core shadow is. This project represents my past, present, and future. In the drawing that represented my past, I used tints and tones to add values to my picture, using pencils to emphasize the fact that it's in my past. This works because photography with colors is relatively new. I use HD 2B, 4B, and EE pencils to shade my shade in. I use cross hatching to make the texture look more realistic, and it's just better, so like why not? I use a duck to show how a part of my past is still with me in the present. In my present self, I use an observational drawing without values, textures, or transitions to represent my plainness. I use a watch to express my punctuality, my obsession with looking at the time. I use a watchtower to figuratively convey my paranoia and the fact that I do not like surprises. I tend to be a bit nosy because of this. I like to debate in every argument I can. Even though I don't agree with my statements, I will still debate it for fun. That is why I use the Batman vs Superman collage to represent this. I added Donald Trump because I enjoyed listening to his statements. His statements are ridiculous, so it's funny because of that. People tend to make memes out of it. For the future, I use a picture of a city and a chandelier to represent my idea of future. I want a future where I can sleep all day. That's a utopian dream. Realistically, I want to have a job in some sort of tech-related company like Apple, Amazon, or something else that needs a tech engineer. I did not use any small collages to emphasize my determination and stubbornness depending on the situation I'm in. My plan for the future is almost non-existent, so that's why there's a lot of blank spaces in my collage. I need experiences to fill those spaces up. I use a white chalk to cross-hatch my values in the collage and casted a white shadow to show that my life is going in reverse. I'm not going. In summary, I glued my collages together. I used pencil to add values with tints and tone to emphasize that the past is my past. I glued my past self into my present self to show that the remnants of my past is still with me in the present. I mainly use cross-hatching and shading to give my pictures a realistic look. I use multiple collages to describe my personality, habits, and obsession. I use a watch to convey my punctuality and attention to time. I use a watchtower to convey my paranoia and surroundings. In my future, I use a futuristic city and chandelier to represent my ideal future.